Okay, then, welcome everybody to this taster, Talk to the Entities taster. My name is Mohnish Malhotra, and I'm a certified facilitator of access consciousness and talk to the entities. If you're completely new to access consciousness and talk to the entities, I highly recommend that you visit www.accessconsciousness.com, www.talktotheentities.com, and we will be using the access clearing statement during this call. If you need to learn more about the clearing statement, you can go to theclearingstatement.com. Dr. Dane here, who's the co-creator of Access Consciousness, explains beautifully what the clearing statement does if you need to logically understand it. But the good news is, even if you don't understand it word by word, it bypasses your logical mind and goes directly to the energy of things, whatever is creating the limitation. I'm very grateful to Shannon O'Hara, the creator of Talk to the Entities, Gary Douglas, creator of Access Consciousness, and all the wonderful, magical, conscious spirits, conscious beings that assist me creating this magic in the world. So what energy, space, consciousness, and choice can we in our bodies be to have total clarity and ease with all of this? Everything that doesn't allow it times a godzillion. Let's destroy and uncreate it all, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pot, shots, boys and beyonds. What energy, space, consciousness, and choice, magic, miracle, mysteries, and possibilities can we in our bodies be that will clear, shift, transform, include, facilitate, and receive all energies and entities with total ease. Everything that doesn't allow it times a godzillion. Let's destroy and uncreate it all, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pot, shots, boys and beyonds. Okay. So, some of you have met me before. Some of you are meeting me for the first time. I've worked with thousands of people by now. In classes, in group sessions, in private sessions, etc. What is the one recurring theme I see and notice with people who come to me? Why do they come to me? A lot of time, they are scared of ghosts. Some other times, they are beginning to recognize that they are aware of spirits. Like they're just starting and they have some dreams about ghosts, or they've started to see something from the corner of their eye, or they've started feeling some presence and they don't know what to do about it. So they come and find me. And then there are other people who know that they're dealing with spirits and they're having some trauma and drama going on with some spirit. And then they come. What I have noticed is a lot of times when one area or more than one area of your life doesn't work out very well, it is possible that you, the being, you, the person who you think you are not in charge in that area of your life. Let's look at relationship. For example, I meet so many women, they tell me, I meet the man, we go on first couple of dates, everything is fine, and then it goes somewhere, we do something, it's good, and then they run away. I met so many people tell me this story, that, okay, this is their recurring theme. They come, and then they never succeed in relationship. Okay, that's one example. A lot of times I meet people when they tell me, no matter what I do, my money situation never changes. I just don't know what the fuck. Like I use every tool. I've read how to become money workbook like 700 times and like, oh my God, I have done this, I've done that, I've done this, I've done that. And like my money situation is not working. And there are other people who tell me romance is fine, having a coffee is fine, but when it comes to being touched by another person or body, they just go into shutdown. I'm giving you some of the examples. Oftentimes, what I've found is there are sometimes they are not running the show. There are entities involved. Sometimes 1 year old, 2 years old, 0 year old, 3 years old running that part of their life. And no wonder it's not working. Now, that can terrify some of you. You're like, oh, really? I'm not running my life? Who's running my life? Do I have a 1 year old running my life? Yes, it's natural to first freak out when you get that information. But how I look at it, from my point of view, I want to first congratulate you if you're having a problem with entities. Sounds weird, right? Why would anyone do that? Because how I see is this, you have a talent and ability with working with spirits. Okay, for whatever reason, you made some decision, you made some choice, there was something in your life you didn't want to handle. So when the time comes to handle a particular thing, that particular being wakes up, or multiple beings wake up to handle that for you. And when that's handled, they go to sleep and you're back. Now, that takes a lot of power. And that's like basically witchcraft. That's not you being pathetic, even though the result that is being created may not be very favorable, may not be something that is creating more or generating the life you desire. I understand that. But if you look at it for a moment, it's brilliant. It only indicates one thing, that you've got some capacity, some talent, some ability to work with the spirits. There are some beings who you made an arrangement with to handle something for you that you didn't want to do or you thought you were unable to do, and they're doing it. There are some beings you gave some job, maybe this lifetime or some other lifetime, and they're still stuck to you, waiting to go, etc., etc., etc. Now, these are some of the things that you start to become aware of as you start your journey with spirit awareness. I have seen in advanced classes with Dr. Dane and Gary, people who've done access for years, and sometimes after 7 years, 8 years, they discover, oh, there's another entity who's finally coming to surface, who's finally awakening, and it's time to let them go. So the way it works, it's not linear. It's not a predetermined template I can give you. I've got awareness, questions, and information for you that can start to transform any and all areas of your life. So what would it take for you to get conscious and present with all of your capacities, including the capacities you have with the spirit world? Because in truth, what occurs is when you say yes to more consciousness, whether you go to bars, whether you go to foundation, or you listen to a free podcast, or you get a body process done, or you go to 3-day body class, consciousness includes everything. As you say yes to more and more consciousness, your capacities with entities start to explode, expand, increase. Is now the time for you to make a choice, to find out for you what you know. I can tell you my story. I've said this story many, many times. But basically, if you wanted to hear, as a completely new person, I went to hell and came back, literally. I was living in India, where one thing about India, if you've never been to India, India is a very spirit positive place. In the sense, people speak about spirits, ancestors, evil spirits, good spirits, all kinds of spirits all the time. So you growing up in a culture like that, you hear a lot of stories in your everyday life. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're educative or empowering. There is stuff available and you have no awareness of what's light, what's heavy. You're just basically absorbing everything and glumping and trying to come to your own conclusion about things. I'm not saying that is what is happening for you. That's what occurred for me. I heard stories and I saw things and I heard things and I started glumping all of this together. So long story short, my opinion about spirit was ancestors are good. They're supposed to protect you. God is the ultimate power, meaning there is a spirit outside of you who will do things for you that you cannot do for yourself. And then there are evil spirits and demons that are out to get you, like there are psychic attacks and black magic. I was fucking petrified and scared because anytime something that doesn't work in your life, your grandmother would say, oh, let's go to so and so priest or shaman and let's get your black magic checked out. Now, that is the life I was living. That is what was occurring for years. I had absolutely no idea that I had capacities with spirits. I knew about them. I've heard stories, but like, oh my God, I had absolutely no idea that I was talking to them all the times. I had the point of view that I was thinking a lot all the time, and there were voices in my head, and these were my own thoughts. But what was actually occurring is now in retrospect, I can look back. When you're talking to spirits, a lot of time it's a thought that occurs in your head, which is basically how a spirit is trying to communicate with you. Or you become aware of something or a concept that gets presented in your head, which was not there and you don't know where it came from. And suddenly you're engaging with that idea. I mean, it could be a business idea. It could be an awareness of someone who's going to die. But a lot of time, this is how entities communicate with you. It's not like, oh, they come and sit there and say, can I pull up the chair and let's have coffee and chit chat? No, it's fast, it's quick, and it oftentimes seems like you're having a thought, or you're like having a feeling, or you're like having an emotion. So, how many of you have had thoughts, feelings, and emotions that look like thought, feelings, and emotions are actually not thought, feelings, and emotions, but actually when you are talking to spirits, when spirits are communicating with you, and everything that doesn't allow you to have clarity with that, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate some of that, maybe all of that, times a gazillion, right, wrong, good, bad, online, pop, shelf, was and beyond? The next thing would occur is I would get a lot of dreams about dead people and people I didn't know. Weird dreams. Now, again, now I know when spirits are coming into your dreams, they're only coming into your dreams because you don't know how to handle them during the daytime or you're not handling them during the daytime. But the dreams are not make believe. It's easier for the spirits to talk to you during your dreams because you're controlling it less. It's easier for them to get through. And you're lying down, you're relaxed. So some sort of communication occurs. So when you start to handle your awareness of entities during the daytime, the spirit dreams can stop. Now, the other thing about all of this, okay, first, everything that's bringing up for you guys, let's destroy and create it all, please. Times a godzillion, right, wrong, good, bad, online, pop, short, boys, and beyond. I am sensing some of the people here didn't want to know that, oh, those are just dreams. There are no spirits coming there. No, 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 I have no power here. No, 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 no. No, don't tell me that. Everything that is times a godzillion, let's destroy and create it all, please. Whew. Good, bad, online, pop, short, boys, and beyond. So, how many spirits are trying to communicate with you? Who's been trying to communicate with you, and how many ways are they trying to communicate with you? And everything that doesn't allow you to know, be, perceive, receive that, let's destroy and create it. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, so as life goes on, I've become like this teenager who's angry, horny, out of control, completely just basically not knowing what's occurring, like head buzzing. So this sort of thing started entering my world that maybe I was mentally sick. And that started occurring somewhere around my teenage. Now, the good news of living in India when I was growing up, there were not too many diagnoses of, let's say, ADD or ADHD or hypersensitivity. You know, if you are just basically jumping around a lot, they say, oh, this is a kid who's jumping around a lot. Wherein, like Western civilizations, they give you diagnoses and pills and all. So, luckily, I was not put on medication at an early age. But as I was growing up, I was becoming teenager, everything was going completely bonkers. I started using drugs and resorted to alcohol, became an angry person, was very convinced that I was mentally sick because by now I was diagnosed schizophrenia, bipolar 2, paranoid personality disorder, ADD, ADHD, like you name it. Every new doctor I went to, they gave me a new label. So, like, I was like a notice board for mental illness. Every person will take a new sticker on me. Like, oh no, it's not that. It's this. It's not that. It's this. Here's a new pill. Take this. You'll be fine. But what occurred is taking more of those whatever mental pills they give you that make you foggy and drowsy and sleepy. You're like basically like a zombie robot walking around. Don't know what's happening in your life. Don't know what to create, how to create, why you're here. At this time, I decided I wanted to die, basically. I tried to kill myself a few times, didn't succeed. One time, I set my house on fire. I was high, I was on sleeping pills. Sometimes I was taking 20 sleeping pills because I wouldn't sleep. Spirits would keep me awake at night. This one time, when I tried to really kill myself, with setting my house on fire, even that didn't work. I woke up in the middle of it thinking to myself I was in hell because everything was burning. And you know how in televisions they show you that when you go to hell, everything burns. So I thought that was that, but it wasn't. That is the day I woke up knowing that killing myself was not an answer to whatever problem I was going through. As luck would have it, universe had a different plan in mind for me. 2 days later, I got a call from someone who was a facilitator of access consciousness. I didn't know that they were a facilitator of access consciousness. They wanted to discuss some other work project with me. So I just went and like chatted with them and became aware of some different energy. Long story short, I did one session with that person, with that facilitator, and my whole life changed. The drug addiction stopped, insomnia went away, paranoia started to go away, the need to feel crazy all the time went away. But most importantly, in the session, I was asked a question if I was aware of entities, demons, and the spirit world. And as soon as I was asked the question, my world started to become light. There was a sense of peace that started to occur. And from there on, my journey to healing, recovering, changing my own life started. Now, everything that brings up for you guys, will you destroy and create it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pot, shots, poison. Now, here's the thing. Everything that's true has a sense of lightness, and everything that's a lie has a sense of heaviness. Please don't listen to anything that I am saying. Become aware of your own awareness, your own perception of things as I ask you questions and run this clearing statement. So, are you, each one of you, I ask you, are you aware of the spirit world? Truth, yes. Get the sense of it. Truth, no. Now, what's lighter? Everything that is, will you destroy and create it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, all wrong, pot, shall go. Truth, did you give up your capacities with the spirit world in this lifetime? Truth, yes. Truth, no. Everything that is times a gazillion, will you destroy and create it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, all wrong, pot, shall go. Truth. Are you looking for someone's permission to be all of you in the area of spirit awareness? Truth, yes. Truth, no. Everything that brings up, will you destroy it and create it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pop, pop, self, what if you don't have to create a lot of trauma and drama, a lot of problems like I did? I'm stupid, to finally get to know what your capacities are. What is it that you know about the spirit world that you've been hiding from yourself? That if you stop hiding from yourself, would allow you to create the magic first in your own life and then in the universe, then in the whole world on planet Y. And everything that brings up, will you destroy and create it all, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, online, but pop, shots, and beyond. Like, for example, if Shannon just kept her gift to herself, we would not be here. And this gift will not be available to all of us, making our lives better, making life worth living. So, what is it that you know, that you're denying that you know, and pretending you don't know, that if you knew it, would change the world? Everything that is times a godzillion will be destroyed and created all please. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, fuck, short, boys, and demons. What is available now is very different from what was available 1 year ago or 2 years ago or even 6 months ago. We've been changing tracks so dynamically, and what is becoming available, even with the spirit world, is so fast and so quick. Like, maybe I can share Stella's story. 2 years ago, I met Stella, who's now translating to Portuguese, and I didn't know her. I had my table at the Global Foundation. I was offering SOP sessions, Symphony of Possibility sessions. My first time in Brazil, I don't know anyone. I don't speak Portuguese, and I'm just offering sessions there because I was following a sense of energy and, to be honest, wanted to make a little bit of money. So I put up my table and start offering sessions at Global Foundation. I was wondering, I don't know how to make an announcement. Okay. I don't even know how to reach out to people because I don't speak Portuguese. What do I do? So I sat on my table and I asked for all of the entities that were there in the class. I asked all of the entities who were there to support me, to contribute to me, and who wanted and who desired more consciousness in the world to bring me people for sessions. Weird ask, huh? I mean, like, okay, you go to a country, you don't know anyone, you don't speak the language, and you're sitting there with your table asking all the ghosties to help you. But first came someone from Russia who wanted to have a session. And apparently, her son had passed away who wanted to communicate with her. And the being showed up in the SOP session. And we did the clearing, and the mother spoke to the son, and off he went. Then came Miss Stella. I didn't know she spoke a little English, but she comes and asked me for a session. And I was like, okay, if you can have anything out of the session, what would it be? She's like, I would like to exponentialize my capacities with entities. I was like, wait a minute, this actually works. I can just ask for the spirits to contribute to me. And like, they're starting literally bringing all the people, showing them to me and saying, okay, if you want this, go here. And I had this whole network going on where spirits are contributing. And there comes Miss Stella. I work on her and I ask her, are you sure? And she was like, yeah. And then boom, we explored, we changed things, we cleared things. And then a few months later, She's starting to translate talk to the entities classes, not one, not two, dozens of them, and started working with the team, and the world changed. So asking and receiving is a capacity, but it's also a choice and willingness you have to make. Working in the spirits used to be a wrongness. In many lifetimes, witches and wizards were burnt alive. You know, they were like sidelined by Christianity and like witch hunts. All of that stuff that happened in the history is all real. But is it relevant anymore? Because the good news is witchcraft is now legal. So, how many projections, expectations, separation, rejections, and conclusions you guys have from those lifetimes when witchcraft was not legal? And everything you did to hide your capacities so that you wouldn't be killed, and now they stay hidden even from you, would you be willing to destroy and create some of that, please? Times a godzillion, right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pot, pot, short version. Witchcraft is legal now, and not only just legal, it's highly rewarding. What can you, what can you explore with clearing, communicating, cooperating, and receiving with the spirit world? Okay, there are the things that are valuable in this reality, which is like, okay, standing in the society, being known, being popular, having lots of money, and basically having the rewards and the gifts of this reality. That's one thing. You can create that and you can ask the spirits to contribute. But then there is this other beyond this reality, mystery arts, magic, like putting your attention on something and changing the molecules, asking for the assistance of the spirits, like, okay, trees in your gardens are not doing well, asking the spirits of world of the earth to come and work with you. Okay, your bank account is not doing very well, your bank account is sick, your money is sick, inviting the entities who are desiring to support you to work with you. Okay, your relationships are not working very well. Okay, what's possible? Is there an entity that is connected to you, married to you from some other lifetime, that is hidden here? What can we investigate? What can we explore? What are you here for? Do you want to live your life in fear or look for a priest or a shaman or a guru or a facilitator to handle your entity problems, give you a remedy of from demons and black magic and evil eye, offer you protection? All of that still creates the power outside of you. I'm here to offer to you your power, your knowing. I'm here to teach you how you can handle all of this stuff. What if you no longer had to be scared of demons or psychic attacks or, evil energies? What if it was easier to handle it rather than be scared by it? Now, you might wonder, if it's so easy, why is nobody choosing it? Exactly why? Exactly that's why, because it's too easy. What is so natural, so easy to you as the ghost whisperer, as the witch or wizard, that's absolutely unfathomable and impossible for everyone that you hang out with, your friends and your family, your partners and your whatever. Everything that is times the godzillion will you destroy and create it all, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, top, top, short, and beyond. Fear and control has been used on us, has been used to suppress the humanoids for far too long. This reality would tell you your magic is evil. If you work with spirits, you're evil, you're blasphemous, you do black magic on others, you do mind control. That's what this reality would tell you. People would tell you that your being is evil. This magic and sorcery shit you talk about, get away from me. They would tell you that. And why would they tell you that? Because they're fucking scared of you. If you did not buy that lie or control anymore, what would you become? Who would you become? I dare you to find out. Are you happy being stopped by the control and judgment of other people, which is not real? Or have you suffered enough? Have you, are you done with pain and suffering emotionally, financially, psychically? Are you done suppressing yourself? Are you done being suppressed? Or are there some more years to go? Or maybe some more lifetimes that you continue the suppression of yours, that you buy the lie, that you're normal, that you're average, that there is nothing different about you, and there is no element of magic in you, and you can continue to hide in plain sight. Would you like to choose something else now? Please don't say yes if you don't mean it. Be honest. Say no if you're not ready for it. Because if you say yes, and what I'm about to do and ask for, if you say yes, it's going to trip you up and challenge every lie you have bought about yourself. Every little lie and limitation you put in place, every person you created in your life whose job was to judge you, control you, limit you, everything was about to get challenged if you say yes. So please do not say yes. And don't take it lightly if you're not ready to make the leap. But if you are ready to make the leap and find out who you are, whether you come to this class or not my prerogative. Universe will show you. Okay? So for those of you who are saying yes, for those of you who are ready, on 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right, wrong, good, bad, all right, what, short, good. Did you feel it? Wherever you're sitting in the world. Did you? Did you? Did you feel anything? Anybody? Anybody? Feel any energy? No? No? Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, I need to say this one more time. I know you think it's obvious that you're weird. It's not obvious. See? Your mind stopped for a moment. It said, what? I know you think it's obvious. It's not obvious. It's not. It's something you have created as obvious so that your being would not be destroyed, so that your capacities would not be taken away, so people won't judge you, so people won't separate from you, so people won't try to harm you or control you. Everything you've done to make yourself as obvious and as muggle as possible, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate some of that, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, online, fun, pop, short, so, a couple of processes now. What does talking to entity mean to you? What does talking to entities mean to you? Oh dear, dear, dear Lord. Everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and create an all please. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pot, pop, shells, boys and beyonds. Okay, what do you mean to talking to entities? Everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and create it all, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pop, shots, birds, and beyond. What is your judgment of talking to entities? Everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and create it all, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pop, shots, birds, and beyonds. Whose judgment of talking to entities have you made more real and true than your being? Okay, there's a bit of energy there. Everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and create it out, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pop, shots, birds, and beyonds. Whose lies, what lies, and how many lies have you instituted and locked into your body to never have the ease with talking to entities? Wow. Everything that is times a godzillion will be destroyed and created out, please. Right on, good, bad, online, pop, shots, birds, and beyond. Any questions?
How do we get the replay of this call?
It'll be available at the Empire State Building in New York tomorrow. You will get the replay in the email.
Thank you.
If you're on my mailing list, you will get the replay there. The folder is already there with the invitation. Your recordings will be uploaded there. If you're not on my mailing list, please join it now. We will not be posting the replay anywhere outside of the mailing list. By the way, guys, there is a secret project we are about to start next week, which is something to do with the spirit world. Nobody knows about it. We will not be announcing it on social media. It will only be announced on our email list and if you are in our Telegram chat. That's it. Because this project is only open to you guys first. And then I'll see if I want to offer it to the rest of the world. But hold your horses. That information will come in the next few days. I will not tell you about it anymore right now. You have to wait. All I can tell you is something like that has never existed before. That's never been offered before. It's completely brand new. But it's coming to you shortly. Okay? It's our own rendition of creating a Hogwarts. Okay? Good. Any other questions? By the way, we're starting a Talk to the Entities intro and beginning class in 2 days, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. We'll do 3 hours every day online. And if you are in Mexico, Puerto Vallarta, you can come and join me here. 3 hours every day. Talk to the entities, intro and beginning. You get a manual. You get me for 4 days. You get tons of clearings. You get to bring all your questions and all of your entities who are so desperate to talk to you and us. And all of those locks and keys where you've hid your magic to unlock and explore. I am very excited about this class. I'm usually excited about all classes, but this is the first class I'm offering after renewing the Talk to the Entities Facilitator. And I know going forward, I'll be doing less and less of these beginning classes because of the secret project we're about to start. So if you've been looking for a class, intro and beginning, now's the time. Let people know. We'll have translations if they need translation. Okay, so if there are no questions, I think I should go. Well, thank you, everybody. Anything on the Russian or Portuguese line? Zoya? No? Okay. I think I'm brain fried, everyone. So ask yourself one question right now. Two questions we'll ask before we go. How many years into the future are you right now? More than 10 or less? More than 100 or less? Okay. Where did we go with this taster? What are we and what can we create in the future with this class and bring it to the present moment? One of the humanoid capacities is what Gary does a lot, what Shannon and Dane do a lot. They create a lot of times 10,000 years into the future and simply bring that energy here into the present. Do we have that capacity too? Absolutely. So ask yourself, how many years into the future are you in this moment? And what would your life be like if you chose to create this class with me, this intro and beginning class? Because I am not creating this alone. I'm your facilitator. There are tons of entities and you guys and your questions and your willingness that creates this class. So what would your life be like in 18 months, 12 to 18 months? Yeah, not even 5 years. Wow. What would your life be in 12 to 18 months if you chose this class? What would your body be like in 12 to 18 months? What would your finances be like? What would your relationships and business be like? What would the universe be like in 12 to 18 months if you said yes? Okay, my friends, I think we did what we came here to do. Thank you very much. How does it get any better than that? What else is possible? I am grateful for you being here, choosing this. You heard my story many times. I would love to hear your magic stories, and I would love to know what you can create. See, I've already started my journey. I'm already on the path to changing the world. What are you capable of? What did you come here to choose and change? I adore you all. Thank you very much. Bye bye.